one of you so we can show everyone a couple of easy to-do hacks that you can do at home. So can I have a volunteer, please? And by volunteer, it means I don't have to mention your name, nor somebody has to put up your hand. So oh wow, I love this. Come on down. Yay, a round of applause, please, for our first volunteer. What's her name, ma'am? Jinky Umali. I love it. Yay! Usually for volunteers, there has to be a bit of prodding. Minsan yung mga friends nila yung tumutulak sa kanila. Alright, so Jinky, you are going to help us out. Can you stay right here behind our counter? And we are going to hand you these vegetables. Yes, you can use the gloves if you want to. Okay, so we've got your melon and the cucumber there. Can I ask you, darling, to chop it up? Chop it up whichever way you want, okay? Whichever way you wanna, whatever meal it is you plan on preparing, you can chop it up the way you want, okay? No need to peel. It's okay, it's been washed. So you just need to chop it up. I love it. She's thinking about, oh, I need to wash this first. Thank you, Jinky. And while she's chopping up the vegetables, I would like to call on the product manager for refrigerators to help us out with our life hack demo. Please come on down, Miss Isabel Tan. Hi! Good morning, Isabel. All right. So now we've got our volunteer right here. To keep our family healthy, we need delicacies with lots of vegetables. I know that this is something that we always try and incorporate in all of our meals. But the key to this is freshness. So we have to make sure that our food lasts longer. So Isabel, what is the best way for us to lock in the freshness of food even before we store it into the refrigerator? And if you haven't noticed it yet, if you put in the chopped up vegetables, whatever the remnants of our meals, it usually dries up. Have you noticed that when you put that in the refrigerator? So what's the best way to keep the freshness in?
Actually, Jody, one thing that we have to remember is that with vegetables, it easily spoils or wilts, especially if it's not stored properly. Especially for those items that we've already prepped for cooking.
True. Okay, so how do we keep it fresh, looking like it's just been chopped up, even if it was prepared early in the morning?
Okay, so the first thing that we have to prepare is a plastic bag. So what you can do is actually just put the chopped items in a plastic bag, and it actually helps retain the freshness. Aside from that, some people actually prefer to put it in vacuum packed containers to be able to seal in the freshness a lot longer. So for those items, you just put in the
Yes. Thank you so much, Jinky. This is a wonderful volunteer. She already knew what to do. Okay, so you chop up the vegetables. I'm guilty of not doing this. You know those disposable containers that's definitely not vacuum sealed, because when you turn it over, all the liquid comes out. That's just what I do. So mali pala yun. Dapat ganitong klaseng plastic containers or the vacuum sealed ones. Okay. So thank you so much, Jinky. She's putting that in. This is definitely a homemaker. She knows to remove the air from the plastic. Galing. Okay. So that's what she's doing right now. I usually do, what I do is, especially if I want to be cooking later in the day but I have time in the morning, is that I chop up all of the vegetables and all of the ingredients because I want to save time, but I sometimes end up with vegetables that don't look fresh. She's already done that. Out of curiosity, how long will the freshness last if she does this?
Usually it lasts a couple of days, especially if the vacuum pack isn't broken. But what I'd like to share with you is how you can use simple plastic containers, and you can just put it in your refrigerator and it will be able to last up to 2 times longer. So what you can do is just put that into the fridge.
Thank you so much, Jinky. All right, so we just put it anywhere?
In the vegetable box.
Okay.
So actually it's the lower part because it retains humidity much longer compared to the top.
Oh, so there's really a reason why that is the vegetable area. Okay, and then can you please chop up the melons for us? Thank you so much. Okay, Isabel, what is it about the Samsung refrigerator that makes it extra special and makes it stand out from all the rest?
Okay, so the thing with the Samsung twin cooling refrigerators is that it has a new technology of twin cooling plus. So if you open the refrigerator, you'd see that there are actually 2 evaporators. So You can see it here. It's the circular logo here of Twin Cooling Plus. So there's one in the freezer and one in the refrigerator. In a normal refrigerator, there's only one evaporator. So what happens is that your cold air, it comes from your freezer and then goes down to your refrigerator, and then it cycles up again and down. So it's just one cycle. But with this one, with Twin Cooling, with Twin Cooling Plus, you have an evaporator in the freezer and one in the refrigerator. What it allows you to do is to be able to retain your humidity within the refrigerator, so it doesn't go up anymore. Because once once the moisture goes up, it usually freezes because it's too cold in the freezer.
Yeah.
So that's what happens. So actually, with vegetables, it's not just maintaining the temperature that's key, but the humidity, because you want to retain its moisture. So with this one, you're able to maintain the moisture in the refrigerator.
Cool. Literally cool. Okay. So we already have an idea about the leftover vegetables. What about leftover food? What do we do with that?
With the leftover food, you can just actually store it in the refrigerator as well, and then you can take it out if someone's just hungry and then heat it to the microwave.
We are moving on to that microwave a little bit later on. Thank you so much. All right, so I guess we know that that is easy peasy. Wow, talagang kinareer po ni Jinky ang pag-chop up ng vegetables. Thank you so much. Okay, so this is the last one that we are going to be chopping up. So it's really necessary to put them in the plastic bags or the vacuum sealed containers. You know what? You're a wonderful volunteer, but I think this one is fine. We can already put this in the plastic bag. Okay. No, she's like, no, I was given this task, I will do it well. Okay. And then we can already put it in the refrigerator. And you know what? Later on, I will give that to you so you can enjoy it. Thank you so much, Jinky. Oh, that's perfectly fine. Especially for those of you that want to have healthy meals. I know all of us want to have this very healthy lifestyle, but the problem is usually food prep. Finding this out, learning from Isobel, this life hack, you can do your food prep whenever you have time, like on a good day in the week that you're not very busy. You can chop up all of your vegetables, just put them in these sealed plastics, put them in the refrigerator, and then when you have the time, just pop it in and cook it. Okay? You know what? That is something I'm definitely going to do. Wow, Jinky really wants to make sure that everything is already put in. Thank you, darling. Okay, the last bit, the very last bit right there. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, please, for Miss Jinky O'Malley. She has set a very high standard for our next set of volunteers. You know the kind of volunteer that we are now going to be looking for because of her performance. Thank you so much, Jinky. Once again, after you put that in, please pop it into the refrigerator. She was not satisfied. There was still a little bit of air left. Pop it into the refrigerator. Thank you so much, Jinky. And she remembered she had to put it in the area for vegetables because that's where the humidity is highest. Thank you so much, Jinky. Another round of applause, please, for the wonderful Jinky. All right, easy peasy indeed. Now, so it works. It is going to be twice as long. That's the twin cooling technology. And what if I need to store more food and there is no more space left in the fridge area, but I still have to store more?
Actually, this usually happens if you have parties that you have to prepare for. You've already filled in the refrigerator with items that you need to put in. Sometimes you still have like salad items or vegetables, fruits that you have to put in the fridge as well, but you don't have space. So our Samsung twin cooling refrigerators actually allows you to convert your freezer to fridge. So we call this smart conversion.
Okay.
So it's as easy as just pressing this button, and then you can already change the setting.
Oh, so this is not actually decor.
No, it works.
It works.
It has.
This is your switch.
You can change the temperature here. So with that, you can already change your freezer into fridge. And sometimes if you have vacations with your family and you still have left items in the refrigerator, like some meat items, sometimes what my mom does is she really needs to like finish up everything, cook everything, and prepare it baon na lang sa vacation if needed. But what you can do is, if you need to turn off the refrigerator, you can just actually maintain it at a low consumption by turning off the